Alright, so before I get too carried away here, I started to tear down my rear luggage rack and I need to get a spare tire, like a carrier. I was thinking about putting it up there because I got mass room, but I don't know if I'm trying to deal with taking it down and putting it back up. And so I think if there's a spare tire here, that's like my mark. And a lot of guys have them to where they connect to the bumper and it mounts here and it pivots out enough to open the rear hatch. But if I were to make this pivot right here and come up, I'd think when this would pivot, I don't think this would be far enough out to clear the hatch, because this pivot point is not far enough out. If you notice on their bumpers, the whole bumper is steel and they have a hinge mounted on the very outside, and then it can pivot out. But I don't think that can happen here. And I want to mount to this. And I have to keep clear of this door. I have to keep clear of this moving in and out. So I need to have like a bracket, like a 90, like welded to here and then come up on top of this so this can go under. And like I want it to pivot. I want the tire to be here and I want it to pivot over like this. So move out of the way for this. So my hinge needs to be like, yeah. So I came up with this. I got a piece of 90, which is going to be able to weld it under there, and it's going to come up. And then for my hinge, I mean these pieces with a radius, and it bolts it fits into that pocket, bolts under there. And I got this piece, and it moves. And it's gonna go like this, and that's gonna be able to move. Unbolt it here. That side, that back side's gonna be welded solid. This is gonna unbolt. I'll be able to slide this out, slide that pivot, that hinge out, and I'll be able to take it off or whatever. So that, I want a piece to come up and then hit an angle, and then like some kind of piece of pipe that comes off with the flange that the tire can bolt to right here. And since it pivots there, it's gonna be able to swing out of the way. I don't know what kind of stop I'm gonna set up. I'm gonna set up some kind of like something to where it only can go so far, and I'll rig up a gas shock on there some way, kind of like this, and it opens, and that kind of, I got my stop, hold on, I got my stop over here, and that hits, and it bottoms, and it's adjustable. I got a lock nut on there, this is tapped, and the head of that bolt hits that, and it doesn't hit this. I didn't really cover this rack that well, because it was before I like really started bogging anything. So I figured I'd start recording this before I get too far ahead. So this is gonna be welded solid. It's gonna pivot, it's gonna move over, and I also think I'm gonna get a ladder on this side. It's gonna bolt, or it's gonna like a little like hook thing. And the spare tire is gonna be here, the ladder's gonna be here. I think I'm gonna tie the spare tire into the ladder and have like handles to cinch it down, to lock it, so it'll be supported here on the ladder and it'll be supported down there, because this has, up here has a bunch of levers on this, so if it's supported here as well, it's gonna be way stronger, and it's gonna tie into the ladder, and it's all gonna be solid. And when I need to open the gate, the hatch, I'll be able to undo that handle, lift it off, lift the thing up, and all is good. Okay, so I got this off, and I can kind of show you like how I did it, how I built it. This is an M20 bolt going, hold on, going through this, and I got my threads and this big chunk of steel, which sandwiches that, and I got another chunk of steel with a hole in it, and it bends, I forget what degree, 18 degree maybe, and that goes here, and that just kind of sandwiches that tow hook. And all this other stuff was added. That piece right there is just to stop that from turning. It just kind of traps it. I got this so that can slide against. And then I added on this bottom piece to bolt into there to support the end. And it was just a big complicated mess. So it's done. And now I'm making another one. This 1x2, and this, where's it at? This, well, is 2-inch, so the piece of material I'm going to cut to where it will fit like so, and it'll come to each peak, and I'll be able to weld across here, and it's about 25 millimeters wide. This is like 32, so it'll be like, what is that, 7, so it'll be like 3.5 mil on each side, enough room for the weld to go, so it's not like right on the edge. But anyway, and I got this grease fitting, or this hole that goes all the way back to the center of this, and then it goes to here. So I'm gonna put a grease fitting in there, and it's gonna pump grease into this side and then this side, and it'll stop water from getting in there because it's taken up by grease. So that's there. I'm gonna cut out some material. I'm going to I gotta make a flange for the 5x112 bolt pattern to fit onto the rack, and I need to make up some kind of ladder on this side to secure this end of the tire rack to, so it's not wobbling all over the place with all the leverage on that hinge, because there's going to be a ton, and the tires are not light. I'm going to run these tires, which is from an 08 R32. I need to find another, they're called Omants. I need to find another Omant so I can bolt up, because I want to have all tires the same size, because I got a quake limited slip differential, and my brakes are so big that a spare tire won't fit. A spare tire won't fit on the front or the back because they're just not, it just doesn't fit under the front spare tire carrier, which is originally where it goes. So I need to figure out another way. I'm done talking. So I'll get back and I'll have all the stuff cut out and welded, and we'll all be happy. Peace. All right, so I got this all made up. This was my original piece that bolted to my tow hook, and I welded this on. It's freaking heavy. Welded that, welded that side, and it is super beefy. I got these pieces with that radius. Whoa, hold on. That radius fits perfect. There's a 6-degree angle on that. I don't know how you can tell. And there's a 22.5 here and 22.5 on this, which is gonna make me a 45. And it's kind of raining right now. It just stopped, but I'm gonna put this on and we're about to see how it looks. Okay, so it's all dark, but this is what we're working. Actually, this light kind of messes it up. This is what we're working with here. That's on there. It clears everything. It clears this. So I can still get, actually this isn't tight, but it'll still clear it. And this thing opens and shuts without interfering with anything. So I think this is good. And also I think my lock goes through them to secure it. That's not going to interfere with anything. So I think we are good. I'm going to, actually I can do this right now while filming. Sharpie marker, these two pieces of steel. We are back outside. Hold on. Hang in there, hang in tight, hang on a second. Okay. So, we got this. This is gonna go right here. I gotta put down this camera. Alright, so I'm gonna try to leave the camera there and show you. But this angle, I got milled to that. And then this is gonna go right here. And everything's gonna be welded. And I'm gonna have a pipe coming out. Actually, can you see this? I have a pipe coming out with a flange, and my tire's just gonna bolt to that. And this thing is going to pivot out of the way. Alright, so I got this all figured out and I think it's gonna work. I got this grease fitting on the back side and it's on a little 90. And right now I'm just trying to figure out where I need to weld this, this. So when this is in the resting position, with this is tight right now. I need to basically mark this right now because I want this on the side to where I can just get a grease gun and just hit that. So basically, hold on. That right there, which is very weak, that needs to be the top. So when I go to weld, I'll know. Actually, I'm just gonna tack this together. I'm gonna tack it together and get I'm gonna put a little extension off of this. Off of this, it's gonna have a little extension and it's gonna have the bolt pattern. I'm gonna get a ring that's the same diameter as the outside of the tire. And I'm gonna put that, I'm gonna just get a cardboard cutout, bolt that cardboard cutout on, and then I'm gonna pivot it out of the way. And I'm gonna make sure, just 100%, that these pieces are long enough, because if it's right here and it doesn't clear, then I can just extend this and then it'll be farther out of the way out here and everything will be good. So I'm just gonna tack these together and get me a cardboard ring, like disc, basically, and bolt it to my flange and make sure just 100% that it will clear. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna measure how deep the wheel is and how long that little extension thing needs to be. And I'm gonna whip that up tomorrow and we're getting close.